Welcome to class. We'll begin in tabletop. Take a few rounds of cats and cows here, bringing some movement into the spine before we start to work intensely into the hips. Just a few rounds connecting to the breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then start to set up for your pigeon pose with the right leg. Right shin parallel to the top of the mat. Lift the chest first, square the hips, and then start to settle in. We'll be working pretty intensely into the hips today, only doing about 3 poses on each side. So finding the breath, maybe not coming down at first to your lowest point, just coming into a place where you feel something. You feel that stretch starting to happen in the right hip. As time goes on, see if you can relax a little bit more. Relaxing through the shoulders, not holding any tension in the jaw, just breathing. Focus on the breath. Long breaths in, long breaths out. And this pose will be the longest held pose that we do for the remainder of this practice. Keep that in mind if that helps you any. Releasing any tension here you might be feeling. Where can you soften? What can you let go of? Maybe enjoying this stillness if your day was hectic. This time of quiet, or you're doing something good for yourself without putting too much effort in. Keep breathing deeply. You're almost through this. Begin to slowly start to bring yourself back up nice and slow. Take your time. And keep the right foot where it is, right shin where it is, and then start to cross the left ankle on top of the right knee. So you're stacking your shins, making a square. Feel some resistance in the left hip here. You can stay upright, or you can even begin to fold forward. If you need a little more in the hips, you can come down as far as you can go. Settle in and breathe. Relax through the shoulders, the head and neck. Keep creating space. Notice if your mind is wandering, your thoughts are going from one thing to the next. Try to focus on the breath. Begin to slowly start to press yourself back up. Keep the legs kind of where they are. We'll gently start to move into stacking the knees on top of one another. In shoelace pose. And we're going to take a little side body opening here. So once you get set up, your left hip might come off the ground a little bit. You can use a block or keep your hand on the ground. Come down to a place that's appropriate for you. Taking the right arm down. The left arm can dangle. And feel the stretch in the whole left side of your body, even in the neck. If just hanging is a little too much, you can use a book or a block to rest your hand on. And just let the left arm rest where it's comfortable. Bring the neck in a neutral position too. And try to find some stillness. If it feels awkward, we're not here for super long. Keep taking deep breaths in and out. Enjoy all the distractions of being at home. If a pet, child, or anyone else is around you, try to focus on your breath. Finding comfort where there's discomfort in your body. And slowly start to come back up. Take a breath here to reset. And then from here, slowly start to unwind yourself. And then we'll come into a brief downward facing dog, bringing some just movements back into the legs. If it feels good to pedal out the feet, and then start to come back down. Take another round or two of cat and cow. And we'll set up for all of that on the left side, beginning with pigeon pose. Take the left shin parallel to the top of the mat. Square off the hips, walk the right leg behind you. Lift the chest, and when you're ready, start to fold forward. Settling in here for a nice long hold. Same amount of time that we did on the other side. Maybe allowing yourself to come down farther onto the ground with the top part of your body if you start to feel yourself become more open. As the time goes by, just take it slow. There's no really end goal here. Just getting a good stretch, being with yourself. From Melody Beatty, trust each moment. Trust, trust, trust. Again and again. That's the issue. See how much of your pain, your anguish, your tension arises simply from not trusting the absolute perfection of the present moment. I've lost my way. I'm off track. I'm somehow wrong. In the wrong place at the wrong time. Doing the wrong thing. Where I'm going is a dead end. Oh dear. You're not off track. You haven't lost your way. You're going somewhere worth going, somewhere magnificent beyond the ability of your mind to comprehend. By trusting the perfection of each moment, you give yourself a gift, permission to enjoy the journey. Don't just take the trip, let yourself enjoy the ride. Where can you soften? Where can you just be in this moment? Know that you're almost there. You've almost made it. Begin to gently press yourself up. Take a breath. And then we'll roll off onto the left hip, swing the right leg around so that your shins are stacked once again on top of each other. Right ankle comes across the left knee. It's okay if there's quite a bit of space in between the knee and the ankle on the side, on the right side. And then you can stay upright or start to come forward, trying to find a similar shape to the other side when we did this pose, but knowing there's going to be a difference in the sides. Just trying to find some balance in the body here. Notice if this side feels better or less natural than the other side. And then just settle in. Try to be still. Maybe take some deeper breaths if you've noticed that your breath has started to become shallow. Just notice the pattern and the rhythm of that breath. Where can you soften? Keep asking yourself that. But as you know, I will remind you. What can you let go of? If it's thought patterns or tension physically. Slowly start to come up. We'll prepare for the shoelace pose on this side. So trying to make the same shape again here. We'll cross the right knee, stack it on top of the left. And take the left palm or left elbow down. Lean over a little bit, the right hip will come up. And then start to just tilt over, feeling a stretch in the whole right side body, the groin, sides, all the way up even to the neck. Trying to not hold any tension in the neck, but just a little slight opening. long, steady breaths in and out. Begin to slowly start to press yourself up. Pause here, take a breath. And then gently unwind yourself back into tabletop. Work out the hips a little bit, and then press up into one more downward facing dog. Drop down to the knees. We'll come into reclined butterfly here, allowing the hips to become heavy one more time. Feet together, knees fall apart. Let yourself be heavy here, supported by the ground. And take some really deep breaths here. Coming back to that pattern of the breath, slowing it, relaxing. And slowly start to stretch the legs out in front of you. Done a lot of really intense work in the hips today, so just notice how you're feeling. Thank yourself for showing up. And until next time, take good care. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.